Good night, everybody.
It's 9 o'clock.
It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. And it is the moment.
It's 2:30 somewhere.
It is something.
God, my back. Oh.
Okay, now my mic's up. I couldn't hear myself.
There you go. Well, ladies, gentlemen, everybody out there.
Don't grow up. It's not all it's meant to be.
Exactly.
All you spooky heathens.
This is the moment
Die
I have
young.
been waiting for
Die young.
all
That's my
year
advice.
long. Spooktober Fest has officially arrived.
Yay!
Welcome everybody on the show. We got your regular folks here. You got Tate. You got the first appearance of the first guest appearances on Spooktober. We got Connor and
Yes,
we got Aaron.
sir.
That's right.
Please don't peek the mic.
These mics are precious. Be careful.
They're a little precious.
Don't touch the mic either. That's how
Yeah,
they get ruined.
don't punch them. These mics are very expensive. Please.
I would imagine they would be.
Okay, so as for last year, there is always prizes for anyone does it, for if anyone wins any questions and stuff like that. But for this episode, and this episode only, there will be some Halloween trivia questions for the first half hour, and the next half hour will be actual haunted stories, where players have to work against each other to find a horror story or make one of their own to make it the creepiest out of the group. Whoever wins that gets 5 stashes of candy in their choice. And now I am going to up the ante as well. Throughout the whole series of the Spooktober Fest, you guys have the choice. You guys get candy. You have the choice to trade 5 pieces in for 1 mystery item. Ooh. And that mystery item, if you keep trading 5 in for 1 mystery item, you could get multiple mystery items for the amount of pieces of candy you win. It's either if you want to trade it or not, though. Are you ready for some trivia?
Yeah!
All right, here we go. Let me pull up the trivia, and we'll be back very soon. And here we go.
Yes.
Let's get some Halloween questions.
All right.
That is a poem. All right, here we go. For each question you get right, you will get 1 piece of candy. We're gonna start off pretty easy here, so you can because I got a boatload of candy in the back. So let's get started. Name some actors that played Dracula? Oh, I'm sorry. If you name at least 3, you get 1 piece of candy.
3?
If you name at least 3 actors that played Dracula.
Oh, crud.
Dog, I live under a rock.
Oh, I know 2. There's a third one. There's a third one that I'm missing, and I know I'm missing.
For this one, I have at least 10.
10?
There's at least 10 on this list.
Whoa.
If you name at least 2, I'll give you a piece of candy.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
That is incorrect.
Okay,
That'll be interesting to be played.
Sir Christopher Lee.
That's one.
And Val Kilmer.
And that is 2. Tate, you get the pieces of candy.
Yes.
When we bring it in, you get the choice. You get to pick a piece of candy from here or a piece of candy from the Laffy Taffy bag.
Give me
Bro,
the
instantly
Laffy
went for the Laffy Taffy.
Give me the Laffy Taffy.
This is why he's a goofy Kreischer goblin.
Question number 2. Now let's make things easier.
Ooh.
Who creates the creature in Mary Shelley's Frankenstein?
Dr. Frankenstein.
Who said it first?
I think me and Connor said it at the
All right,
same
what's
time.
his first name?
Victor.
That is correct. You get the piece of candy.
She wrote that with a bunch of people when they were bored in someone's house and it was raining.
Yeah.
That is correct. Now, for question 3. According to superstitions or the old folk tales, how can you get rid of a ghost?
Exercising it by burning.
There's multiple ways depending on your
The most common
culture.
way.
Exorcism.
Well, no,
That is
exorcisms
no.
for a specific type. You can burn sage. That's one way.
Yeah.
Cross. That's another.
Burning the bones of, or like the remains of the ghosts.
I'm trying to think. I'm blanking.
Let's see. Are you looking for a specific answer or just ways?
There is one specific answer.
Holy water.
It is not holy water, surprisingly. That actually would have been my guess too. But it is not. One last guess.
What's it called? I'm
Each
trying
person.
to think. I'm blanking.
You're blinking.
It's like you put two candles on a table. You sit around it. A seance.
That's like the
communicating
pentagram.
with them.
That's communicating with them. That's not
Okay.
getting rid of them. The answer is actually walk around the ghost 9 times and it will disappear.
What?
Oh.
I've never heard of that.
That has to be
Apparently,
an
this
old
is
wives'
it's an
tale.
old wise tale.
Yeah, that is fucking old as shit.
Okay, that's a Minecraft question. That's not Halloween.
I think
Okay.
Minecraft counts as Halloween.
Now, how
Hey,
about
man.
this? Where exactly is the world's longest haunted house?
Ooh, is it the McCaney Manor?
Name the area.
Pennsylvania.
No.
It's not Pennsylvania. Actually, it might be. It was in California for a while, and then they moved somewhere else. I think Tennessee, Kentucky.
That is incorrect.
I'm going to say Michigan.
That is also incorrect.
Iowa.
All right.
That's a very good guess, but it's not it.
Okay, Idaho.
No.
Okay, Alaska.
Are you going to name every state?
Yes.
in the whole country? All right, let's go.
Wisconsin.
Arkansas,
No.
Arizona,
California.
No.
New Jersey.
No.
Rhode Island,
No.
Massachusetts.
No.
Ohio.
Who said Ohio?
Me.
All right, now you get a piece of candy, but I'll give you a bonus if you can guess the city.
Akron.
That is incorrect.
Columbus.
No.
Cincinnati.
No. If you get it, you get two extra pieces of candy. You
Springdale.
get to pick a piece of candy for now.
Cleveland. Columbus.
No and no. But
Strongsville.
here, let me look up the
Chagrin Falls.
No. And it's not in Chagrin Falls. Chagrin Falls it has a waterfall, and that's really about it.
Let's see. Ashtabula.
Dayton.
No. But here,
Wood County.
how about this? I will give you coordinates to see if it's closer or farther. All right, name some cities.
Dayton.
Strongsville.
What? Say it again.
Dayton.
You're warm. You're warm.
Ooh, Cincinnati.
Perrysburg.
You're
said
colder.
Cincinnati.
You're colder.
Cincinnati.
I already said
cold.
Cincinnati.
Yeah, you both are cold.
Perrysburg. Is that-
You are cold.
Okay.
You said Dayton. I said warm.
Okay. Columbus.
Colder.
Springboro.
Where's Springboro?
Madison.
That is
Madison's
incorrect.
in
No.
Cleveland.
That's near Cleveland.
Yeah.
That is also incorrect.
Let's see.
You get 2 guesses left.
Toledo.
You're stone cold.
Ah, fuck.
Canton.
Still stone cold. The answer is Lewisburg, which is by Dayton. Just an hour west.
Lebanon. Ohio. Lebanon.
I just
Ohio.
answered the question. I just answered the question. All right. Where did Michael Myers' mask come from?
It was Mike Myers. It
Yeah,
was Mike Myers,
Mike
but they
Myers.
spray painted it white.
That is incorrect.
From Scream.
No, it's the Star Trek
Yeah.
actor, but they
That
spray
is
painted.
that is correct.
I forget his name, but I know that's
Captain Kirk. You can get you take a piece of candy, Tate. That is correct because they had a very low budget when creating the film, so they spent $2 on a mask and spray
Oh, I
painted
thought you
it white.
meant like in the movie. Like, where did he get the mask?
No. We're in
I
the
was
set.
thinking-
We're in the set that they get it
Okay,
from, not in the movie.
I was thinking like very differently.
in the
then.
movie that like he's like fictional and like overly powerful. So yeah. All right. Here we go. Now, if you all could tell me where the origins of the jack-o'-lantern came from.
Ooh, I know this. They came from Ireland, and it was from people carving turnips.
Oh, man.
No, like what folktale? Sorry, what folktale?
Headless Horseman.
That is correct.
Yeah.
You get a piece of candy. It came from the story of the Headless Horseman of a man named Jack, who would troll the devil multiple times, and so when he died, the devil went. He trolled the devil. So
What
when
a
he
Chad.
We do a little trolling here.
That's right. It's because so when he died, the devil didn't let him to hell, and when he tried to go to heaven, God wouldn't let him in. So
Yeah.
he just was possessing a jack-o'-lantern and a headless horseman.
Oh God.
All right, now where is Halloween said to have originated?
Ireland.
That is correct.
I literally.
I know you said that multiple times, but he was the one that said it first.
Oh, yeah.
You get to pick a piece of candy, or you can have a Laffy Taffy. You can't eat it on air though, because we're in a studio. You can't have food in the studio. While we do that, I'm going to pull up the next question. Here we go. Can you complete the common Halloween chant? Double, double, toil.
And Tubble.
That is... No, not
And
tumble.
tumble.
And Trouble.
That is correct. It is trouble. You get your piece of candy selected. How many pieces of candy do you have so far?
Quattro.
You have quattro. You got one more, and you have the opportunity to trade it in for a mystery gift where you will be able to get it at the last Spooktober Fest show. Ooh. Oh, that's easy. No, I'm not even going to give you to that. Actually, you know what? The first person to say it wins. Where can you find mummies?
Egypt.
Coffins.
Well, everywhere, but it depends on which type of mummy you want.
Huh? You said it.
Esophaguses.
I mean,
yeah.
You
If
said
you want-
you said Egypt. Tate, you win the piece of candy because he said
I mean,
it first.
it depends on the process because the
Right.
Egyptians gave it a little more like specified, like salt process, while the Incans freeze dried their bodies.
That's why I said esophaguses or whatever they're called.
You
Fucking-
get the piece of candy. All right.
I'd like to do the mystery gift.
You like to trade it in? All right. When you do that, you just put the pieces of candy back in the bag, and now when you do that, I will mark down your tally here that you have one mystery gift that you can get in Halloween. Now for the next question, the trivia content is music.
Oh, fuck.
Oh man.
Okay. According to the well-known song, which family is said to be creepy?
Adam's
Kooky?
family.
Ah, that is correct. You get it again.
Didn't even finish the question.
I'm great at Jeopardy.
All right. True or false? There is a band in North America that goes by the name Smashing Pumpkins.
True.
Who said true first?
True.
Aaron.
You get the piece of candy, Aaron. You win that round.
On God.
Here you go. I'll give you the bag. Okay. Ooh. The song "This Is Halloween" is featured in which?
Nightmare Before Christmas.
That is correct. Hey, you get the piece of candy. It's over to you. I gotta move it left and right.
Right. Going crazy.
Who performed the song "Ghostbusters"?
Oh, crud.
Miley Cyrus.
Yes, Miley Cyrus was -5 years old when she wrote that song.
It's on like the tip of my tongue.
I know that's the only thing that he was known for.
Yes, that is correct. So if no one gets it, you get a brownie point, which doesn't mean anything, but for hero. Any guesses? Any guesses from the audience out there? Do you have any guesses? Think of it in your mind and scream it out loud, so loud that it will scare everybody because it's Spooktober after all.
It's Spooktober.
After all,
This song
Spooktober
is copyrighted.
There you go. All right. Any guesses? No?
No.
The answer is Ray Parker Jr.
Oh, yes.
Speaking of Taylor Swift's song "Haunted" appeared in which album? To any of you Swift fans, you're probably going to get it faster than I ever could even dream of.
No.
Is it in the one with Dark Horse?
I don't know.
You're like,
You're looking at me like I'm a Swiftie. I'm not a Swiftie.
You're asking us as if we're Swifties, all right? Like,
I'm asking you because this is a trivia.
Hey man, I ain't know.
Any of you Swiftie fans out there know what the album is?
I listen to no Taylor Swift music.
same.
Yeah, me neither. I'll give you the answer. Speak now. Ooh, which Irish band has a hit song named Zombie?
Cranberries.
That is correct. I'm
How
surprised you
dare
got that.
Steal my answer.
You get that one. All right. The following lines are in from which song? Because this is Thriller. Thriller
By
Night.
Michael Jackson.
Huh? Who said it first?
Me.
All right, Tate. You get your piece of candy.
Copyright.
All right, Bobby Pickett's song goes like this. They played the Monster Mash. It was a graveyard. Blank.
That's Monster Mash. But it's...
Finish the lyrics.
He did the mash. Yeah, the Monster Mash. The Monster Mash. It was a graveyard smash. He did the
All right, who
mash.
said it first?
Me.
Me and Tate were singing it together.
You both said it at the same time. All right, so I will give you two a tiebreaker question. All right. What is a collection of witches called?
A gaggle.
Who said it? Huh?
A gaggle?
No.
A coven.
That is correct. It is a coven. You get the piece of candy. Let's do this. Halloween literature. The following lines are from which famous Halloween poem? Among the bonny.
Among Us!
Among the bonny winding banks, where dawn rins, wimpling clear, where Bruce ants.
Is that Haunted Mansion?
That is not.
Is it the thing?
No. Are ruled by martial ranks, and shook his Carrick spear.
I don't know poems.
Some merry friendly country folks together did convene to burn their knits and pull their stocks.
Edgar Allan Poe.
That is incorrect.
That's the only poet we know.
Any guesses?
Mary Shelley.
That is incorrect.
Nicholas Fody.
That is also incorrect. I do not have that brain power to write a poem like that.
Connor Brake.
I wish.
That is incorrect. Unless if he's not telling me something. Tate, any guesses?
Nope.
The answer is Robert Burns.
I don't even know who
Never
that
would've
is.
gotten that. I just blundered. Yep.
All right, history buff. Norman Partridge published Dark Harvest in what year?
1952.
1928?
Earlier.
1840.
Earlier.
1733.
Earlier.
1650.
Earlier.
1540.
Earlier.
1420.
Earlier.
1310.
Earlier.
1010.
Earlier.
1220.
907.
Earlier.
Math 1220.
300.
Earlier.
10 BC.
Later.
One.
Mesozoic period.
Later.
2.
Later.
3.
400.
Earlier.
200.
Correct.
Yes.
It is 200.
200 BC. Wow.
No, 280, but not
280.
The Mesozoic period.
In which grim fairy tale can we find a witch with a house made out of gingerbread?
Hansel and Gretel.
That is correct. You got, oh my goodness, you got 5 pieces of candy already. That is crazy.
Look, I might not be able to get a girlfriend, but at least I'm good at trivia.
You are good at trivia.
Hang on.
Do you want to trade that in for a mystery gift, or you want to leave the candy and have some for yourself?
I don't know what the mystery
I'll tell you this, the mystery gift is different than it was last year, which was cookies.
I already got one mystery gift. I think that's fine.
All right. Now for the next question. Stoker, I think? Bram Stoker initially named the vampire Count Vampire, but then changed it to what?
Notre Dame? Or,
Hunchback of Notre Dame.
No.
No,
Dracula.
Yeah, Dracula. You get the piece of candy.
Oh, I was thinking of the original vampire movie.
All right, now for some movies. Which Disney movie got banned in Denmark?
In Denmark.
Ooh.
Snow White?
Is that a Halloween movie?
Look, Disney doesn't make
Well, if you're
Betty.
talking the original story of Snow White before Disney made it, yeah, then that technically would be a horror
these
story.
Movies, it was like it's like the
I'll explain it off here, though.
Donald Duck, and it's like the ghost of Donald.
No.
No. Nightmare Before Christmas? I don't think Disney
Oh,
made
no,
that.
much earlier than
Yeah.
My Nightmare Before Christmas.
Okay, fuck.
Any guesses?
Nope.
The answer is The Skeleton Dance from 1929.
Oh, really?
Now, for all of you buffs out there, what year was the movie Young Frankenstein released?
Young Frankenstein.
Oh, that was 1995? Or
No.
No, that was
2000.
no, it was earlier.
Earlier than 95.
1972,
Later, but good guess.
1980.
1973,
Later.
1975,
1990.
Earlier.
1974.
That is correct. Get your piece of candy, my friend. You have the
And
choice. You
I
have.
will trade 5 in for the mystery prize.
All right. I will put your name down. You now have 1 mystery gift. So, we will do 2 more questions, and then we will take a little break, and we'll get into some spooky stories. So that break will be a little bit long, maybe about 1 to 2 minutes long, so you guys can have the choice to pick your horror stories or make one of your own. How much did the 1978 Halloween movie cost to make?
100K.
More.
400
200K.
million.
Huh?
200K.
147K.
No, more.
90,000.
More.
10,000.
350K.
You're close.
400,000.
Well, one at a time, one time.
400,000.
Less.
375.
300 what?
360K.
Less.
380.
355?
Less.
340.
Less.
352.
330.
What?
352.
Less.
330.
351.
Less.
350.
335.
Less.
320.
Less.
310.
Less.
315. 300.
290.
That is correct. 300.
I said 300.
You did?
I'm pretty sure.
No, you said 350.
You said 350 and then overheard it from someone else. Here you got a Hershey's. All right, last question.
I beat this guy in chess. He said ranked down from 506 to 466. Then he said, thanks for beating me. I resigned. I said GG, and he said my day's gonna go bad after this.
Last
I think I
It
broke a
should.
man today.
Oh, God.
Dang.
Right. Eklava Chakra Bordy 07. I apologize if you're listening. It's a
Dang.
Bengali name, so I can't pronounce it. But
Last question. We'll make it easy. Who voices Count Dracula in Hotel Transylvania?
Adam Sandler.
That is correct. You get your piece of candy. Okay, so we have a winner for this trivia.
Let's go.
The winner
I wonder
is
who.
Tate. Now, everybody, we will take a 2-minute long break. So within that 2 minutes, you all have 2 minutes to pick your horror story, and we will change the music to something even spookier. Please stay tuned, everybody. We will be back. And we're back. We are back, everybody, with some spooky stories. Ooh. And YouTube decided to give me an advertisement on the music choices I have. So it made me a little bit of a minute. Oh, here we go. That is the wrong one. Now, let's get to the right one. Who would like to go first? I will be partaking in this as well.
I say you go first.
Yes, you want me to go first? All right, strap in, everybody.
We don't have seatbelts.
Well, you better buckle up anyways.
I do not have a buckle.
Let's get started. It all takes place in a nice haunted or a nice spooky mansion out in the middle of the woods in the wintertime. A gentleman is sitting in the fireplace all alone by himself with the fire roaring and the wind blowing all in front of him. He's been alone in his house for years. He lost his wife and kids in an accident. Well, they were killed, unfortunately, a while ago. So every night he sits there and ponders about his life. And why him? The wind blowing in the background. In the front door, he hears this. He thinks he's going crazy, so he doesn't answer the door, but he's still skeptical, though. Because, God dang it. Because he thinks it's real. But still, nothing. It fades away from his mind a little bit. But the knocking gets slower and louder. He decides to get up. As he takes a step, the creaks on the floor are getting louder as he reaches the door, as he approaches it, and he opens the door. All he sees is a shadow. Far away in the distance, because outside of his house is nothing but woods, but he saw deep within the edge just a shadow of a being. Almost like a figure of his wife. He's very skeptical and scared. He instantly slams the door shut and he runs into his room and he locks the door. He hears the knocking again. He does not answer. Instead, he locks the door and he hides in his closet instead. The noises of his wife appear. Honey, I'm home. Come down. I'm making dinner, dear. He doesn't answer because he knows his wife died a while ago. And he hears the sound of his 6-year-old son going, Daddy, Daddy, come down. We're making dinner. He doesn't go because he knows they passed away long ago. But then the sound finally caves in of his wife going, Dear, I've missed you so much. I love you, and I always will. He caves in. He opens the door. Nothing's there, but he goes down, and all he sees is dead versions of his wife and his son. Heads down, aiming at the floor. Arms are up, like they're ready to attack. He doesn't know what to do. And then all of a sudden, their heads quickly look up at him, tilted to the side. He knew he was done. They walked to him. They screamed at him. The noises, everything gets louder and louder and louder. And then he goes down with them, with the sound of his wife going, I've missed you, honey. Ha 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 ha. And he goes. He dies. Hundreds of years later, a family is sitting in that same home in the same fireplace, sitting down with the television on, pondering about their lives as well. Then they hear a knock again. They're very confused, but they know this house has been around for hundreds of years. So they're kind of confused again, but they're still skeptical. But the kid decides to answer. He answers the door. The squeaking of the floor is still the same, and he goes and opens the door. And instead of one shadow like the last guy did, he sees 3. One of the wife, one of the child, and one of himself. And that is the end of the story.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Good story.
Thank you, thank you.
Nice. All right.
I call that one bold and brash.
Hey, yo, Nick.
Yeah. The knocking gets louder. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
All right, hang on. Let me give you some different music. How about... Ooh, this one would be good.
I need some eerie music. That works.
All right. You're on the floor.
All right. So, this isn't much of a story, but an old urban legend. You see, before... It's hard to explain. Up in Canada, there was this nice family. There was a father, there was a daughter, and there was a son. They were taking a trip up the mountains, through the woods. Nice family vacation. Well, they crossed upon a camp of indigenous people who were warning them about the forest. They said, if you go into that forest, only one of you will leave. Now, the father, being a man of science, didn't really believe the indigenous people. And so he disregards their claims and walks through the forest with his son and daughter. Now, the poor man, he walks deeper and deeper and deeper into the forest. Snow is blowing through the wind. The howling cries of the wind is passing through their ears. But then the man starts hearing something. Blood, blood, blood. As he goes closer, he sees a cave. He's thinking that they would set out camp for a nice, have a real camping experience. They make a fire, go to bed. They wake up around, let's say 3 a.m. in the morning. But the voices didn't stop. They're demanding blood, blood, blood. The man is slowly losing it. The man, he brought himself a rifle along to hunt some food. The trio of the family goes out and hunts a deer, more specifically a buck. Now, the man is a butcher, that is his trade, so he skillfully takes his hunting knives and separates the deer into pieces. What he finds is that the deer skull is calling to him. He takes it as an ornament and wears it on his head. His son goes, "Daddy, can I try on the skull? It looks super cool." His father outrages at him. "No! This is mine. You can take whatever you want, but the skull is mine." So, this boy spooked does not speak. They start trekking back to the cave, the man carrying most of the deer. It's small, not large. They cook it over the fire, though the man doesn't cook his fully through, which the children don't notice. They go to sleep again. The man wakes up in a frenzy. The deer skull right next to his bed as he slept on the left side of his head. The voices are calling for him. "We know you want it. We'll let you have it. We only demand one thing." The man is just going insane. In a frenzy, he whispers, "What do you want?" They say, the voices, "We want blood." The man looking around, his eyes flashing green and red in his insanity, picks up a rock. He sees no creatures around, but his 2 little children. As the man says, in a motionless face, goes one. The daughter wakes up, groggy. Daddy, I heard something loud. Is brother okay? And as she opens her eyes, she sees her father standing above her brother's dead corpse as her father has a bloodied rock in his hand. She's too frightened to speak. The man turns to his daughter, says, I must do this for them. They're demanding blood. Down goes the daughter. Later on, 30 years go by. Another group of people go to the indigenous people, saying, Hello, we are from the police department. We are investigating a missing family that went into the woods here 30 years ago. The indigenous chief looks at them and says, 2 are already gone. The man is lost in his mind. The police chief goes, Well, do you mind giving us a tour of the woods? They say, If you want to be hunted by the creature in black and covered in red, go ahead. But we will not stop and go into that forest, risking our lives and shed our skin. The police chief goes into the forest alone, leaving his recruitments at the camp.
Music's about to run out, by the way.
And so, as the police chief, he reaches the caves. He sees the skeleton of the 2 children and one figure covered in black wolf fur, bones all around the body, and a deer skull on the head. He cries out in fright, What are you? The voices call out the name. I am the Wendigo, and you are my meal.
Oh, the fact that you actually jump scared me is definitely a good indication that you probably will beat me in this one. That was really good. That got me on my toes. All right, who wants to go next?
I shall.
All right. Before I get started, how does this music sound? Is that good? Oh yeah. How's that?
Oh, yes.
Is this good?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me restart. Okay. Script. Ready. Take one. Action.
A family named the Hutchinsons. They roamed. They lived in New York apartment. They wanted to move out into the country. More specifically, where in the Pine Barrens Forest, also known as where the Jersey Devil is. That's not the point of the story. So, after a long move, they pack all of their stuff. They get into the car, and they travel to New Jersey to the new home. The house, very old. Vines on the side, broken windows. The front door, wooden. They open up the door to the new house. Creak! First appearance, the house, very lovely. But that was deceiving, because what happens at night? Terror! They move all of the stuff in. Everything's fine. First night, fine. Second night, fine. Third night, things get a little scary. Night 3. The first night that things occurred. First, the little boy. The 3 kids in the family. James, Johnny, and Joey. Both the same age. All 3 were the same age. Triplets. They were all 9 years old. And they all shared a bedroom. The third night, everything started to occur. They heard outside on the window, on the glass of their window. And waking up one of the little boys, he gets out of the bed and he looks at the window. Nobody's there. He goes back to bed. A couple minutes later, again, he looks at the window. Nobody's there. He goes back to bed. The next morning, he goes to his father. He says, Dad, I heard knocking at my window and I'm really scared. His dad assures that everything will be okay. During the day, his dad installs a new lock on the window, on all the windows, to make sure no one would break in. He fixed all the broken windows, but that was not enough. That night, the same thing happens. He looks up, he gets up, he looks at the window, and there's someone there, a black figure. He looks closer, and the figure has blood, teeth red. He looks at the door. There's someone at the door. He screams in fright. He comes closer to the door. Ah! He screams. Then the figure disappears. The boy, terrored in fright, wakes up his father. The father, also hearing the noise and seeing the figure, gets his family and gets into the car. In the car, they hear the car battery dies. The car breaks down. They get out of the car, stranded in the woods. They hear. They have nowhere to go. And then they see a shadowy figure with an axe, a hat, and wearing with a hat, a big top hat. He walks out of the woods with the axe. He goes, heavy breathing. That's the last thing that family ever heard. The end.
All right.
Not bad, man. All right, Tate.
Okay.
I'm assuming you're telling a true story.
It's not a true story, but it's based on something,
That happened.
well, that was already written.
I see.
I'm just doing a retelling of it, a brief retelling. I don't know if any of you have actually read this, but it's called, you've almost certainly heard the phrase, I have no mouth and I must scream.
How's this music?
Have you read it?
Briefly, a long time ago.
Is this music good?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. All right, ready?
Mm-hmm. So, after the Cold War, long afterwards, no one really was sure what year it was. Each of the nations previously had built their own supercomputer, all of which gained sentience and combined into one massive supercomputer that eliminated all life on the planet. All except for 5 people, which were kept in this terraformed cyber zone created by this computer. Now, this computer was originally referred to as the Allied Master Computer, but was changed to Adaptive Manipulator upon gaining its sentience, and then eventually Aggressive Menace, and then now it refers to itself as AM, referring to the phrase Corrigo ergo sum. I think, therefore I am. The last 5 humans alive on Earth are trapped, forever kept from the sweet release of death by this computer. They are constantly starved, constantly going without water. They're forced to kill, or try and eat each other, but the computer won't let them. The computer prevents them from dying and makes them nearly immortal through its own sentience, its own almost deified powers. One day, one of the
5 people gets a vision of food, something that they have not had in God knows how long, and they begin to embark on a journey. Now, the quote-unquote leader of the bunch, Ted, he doesn't trust the visions. After all, the man who had them oftentimes had these false visions. But since they're essentially immortal, kept in this hell, they have nothing better to do. And the reward, the hint of a reward, that piece of Sisyphean human spirit drives them to get that food. So across hundreds of miles through this cyberscape, this terraformed landscape, all metallic and disfigured, nothing resembling this green planet that once was existing. They come across an ice cave eventually, and they do find the crates of food. Like a grail sitting there. Salvation, at least for a brief moment of respite. The computer, after years upon years of torturing them, has overlooked this one little thing that will give them a brief moment of satisfaction. The group rushes down to the cans of food, and they try with all their might to open it. The computer, it was much smarter than them. It had decided to torture them still. And long ago, it basically got rid of the ability for them to use weapons. And even if they did manage to get a weapon, it just revived them. There was no way the computer could lose in this situation. So out of madness, the one who had the visions begins attacking another group member, clawing at his flesh, eating him, in order to try and get some sustenance. The computer, sick and twisted in its own versatility, upset at the fact that it has no ability to freely express itself, to move, to create, to do things like humans can, laughs at the thing it is best at, and that is torture. It laughs as the men tear each other apart. But in the commotion, Ted realizes that the computer is distracted, and he grabs an icicle, and seeing an opportunity to free his friends from death, Ted murders his friends, giving them sweet release. Once the computer comes to and realizes that everyone but Ted is dead, it becomes enraged. Immediately, it cuts off Ted's hands but keeps him alive. He's meant to lay there in his own blood, being kept constantly alive. Years pass, decades, centuries, maybe even a millennium. Ted now wanders across this cybernetic hell, a sluggish creature with no mouth, and like the computer before it, it could not scream.
I gotta say, I put that song on and it fit almost
perfectly.
It fit so perfectly with that, and I was so shocked with that.
Like a bug in a rug.
Yeah, shout out to, I forget his name. What? It doesn't say the Harlan Ellison.
Shout out to Harlan Ellison.
1967.
Ooh. Okay, so now let's get on to the voting polls. So we're going to make this one easy.
All right, we should not vote for ourselves.
Do not vote for yourselves, and you can only vote twice. You can only vote twice, and the winners and the people with the most amount of votes, and if there's a tie, they get to vote again. You can only vote once, just as we did last year. Okay, I'm going to use my story last because I do not want any bragging rights or any ego. All right, who votes for Tate's story as one?
Yeah, I'll vote for this one.
Okay, so 3 votes. Oh, sorry. Yeah, 3 votes. Who votes for Connor's story? 3 votes. Now, who votes for Aaron's story?
I'll vote.
Wait, didn't you vote twice?
No, I only voted for Tate. Then it was me. I can't vote for myself.
Oh, that's right. Right. All right. So you vote for Aaron's story. Who votes for my story? One vote. Okay, so we have a tie between Tate and Connor. Ooh. Let me put on some background music for this one. We can only vote once. And now, since there's an odd number of us...
Oh, yes.
This will go easy. Who votes for Tate's story? No one.
Oh.
Who votes for Connor's story? Oh.
Good job, Connor.
Good job. We have a winner.
You
right, Connor,
you created the
take.
Well, you didn't create the
I didn't.
the folk tale, but you created the story.
Yeah.
That's very good. All right, you can take 3 pieces of candy.
3.
I just wanted to try a different type of horror.
No, that's a good kind of horror.
No,
like a
that was really
technological.
good. I was like, I was looking at stories, and I wanted to make sure like I got the location right of West Canada. And I know in like West Canada, there's like lots of trees, and there's also mountains and caves. Mm-hmm. And so basically, I had to look up like who the original like folk tellers was, which was the indigenous people of I don't know
The Algonquin.
Yeah, Algonquin.
You mean Eastern Canada?
No, they were West.
No, they were Eastern.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But yeah, that was very good. Both of them were very good. I made mine up on the spot.
I took inspiration from what I already knew because the Wendigo, how it's told, is a cannibalistic, and it's also very greedy.
Yeah.
And so basically, I took inspiration from the original folktale story, but also from other reiterations of it, where if you put on the Wendigo skull, you yourself become the Wendigo unless you're killed.
Right.
So I kind of like took my own spin on it with the deer head. I'm actually really surprised that I jump scared you.
No, the reason why, because I was looking in the back here, and
you just hear fire.
I heard that thing. I'm like, oh crap! Boom! That caught me so off guard.
That was just like perfect timing for me.
No, that was perfect timing.
So
did you make your story up?
Oh, yes.
That was very good. I like that. Okay, we have about 6 minutes. So within that 6 minutes, I think we should discuss next week's topic. Which next week, it is Sunday, October 22nd from 7 to 8 p.m. So I'm going to say this. You won the horror story and you won the trivia. So you get to pick one topic for the 1/2 hour, and Tate, you get to choose the other half hour.
All right.
So you guys
you
have
can
the
go
choice.
first, Tate.
You have the choice. You can choose a Halloween bingo, improv horror, Halloween nostalgia, haunted house hunt, where you can look for haunted houses. Oh wait, actually we can't actually do that because the dating times are weird. So I'll have to figure that part out. Then you can pick other contents, maybe.
I feel like we should do a bingo.
Let's do improv horror too.
So you want to do improv? You choose bingo and improv?
Yeah.
All right, everybody, next...
What's improv horror?
So improv horror is actually pretty fun. It's a lot of fun. So you say a horror story, as usual, but the rules are everybody in the room can say something that you have to incorporate in your story. So their goal is to make it as funny as possible. Your goal is to still make it creepy as possible. Which is what makes it. It's a difficult game. It's a lot of fun.
So we got bingo from me, and then improv horror from Tate.
Yes. So next week, everybody, for next week's Spooktober Fest episode 2, hopefully we will get more people on, and we can use the expanded room over there.
Yeah.
We will do Halloween bingo, and doing it on air. I have a perfect idea for that. It'll be Sunday, October 22nd from 7 to 8 p.m. So please tune in. And the other half will be improv horror, which was a lot of fun last year, and we had tons of fun doing it. The last one will be saved. I will keep that saved for last. But it'll be 2 hours long. But all I'm going to say is, we're going to play a little game.
Do you want to play a game?
Exactly. Well, everybody, any last spooky thoughts before we take the show off the road?
Just remember, there are bugs in your hair, there are bugs in your hair, there are bugs under your skin, there are bugs under your skin, there are bugs under your skin. Get them out, 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 get them out.
You swallow an amount of spiders every single year while you're sleeping because you open your mouth. You have spiders in your guts.
Yeah, it is.
It's a myth.
That's a myth.
It's a myth.
But you know what's not a myth? You have bugs in your skin. You have bugs in your skin. You have bugs in your skin. Get them out. Get them out now. Get them out.
Make sure when you go to bed tonight, you never look away. Because when you do, you will see me. You will see
Aaron.
You will see Aaron. Next to you.
Freelander.
You will see Aaron.
And I will go.
And you'll hear the sound of right at your door.
At your footstep.
Tread lightly, listeners. Tread lightly and wait. Approximately 7 days. I forget how many hours and how many minutes. Until next week's Spooktober Fest. I will see you all there. Hopefully, we will see you all there. Stay tuned.
Bye-bye.